Hello, welcome back. This is episode 8 of Lanzarote and Canary Islands Football Manager gameplay. If I switch over to the gameplay itself, we can see here in the league table that we managed to get playoffs this year. We had a really sort of questionable few months. I think the last update that we had was the end of December, just before the Alaves game. In the Copa del Rey, we managed to beat Alaves 3-2 after extra time, and then went on to play Osasuna, who just won the second division in Spain, so they're now promoted again. We managed to play Mirandes, beat Mirandes, and then played Osasuna. But it was during a terrible period of form for us. We won, 2 league games in 2 months before really turning it on at the end of the season. I think after this game, I think we were 1 place above the relegation zone, maybe 2 places above the relegation zone. So to pull it out and qualify for the playoffs has really been absolutely fantastic. We've done it with sort of poor goal scoring form, really. We've had Pablo. Jacobo Rey's played a little bit. He's wanted by a few championship clubs, but it's 4 and 14. A lot of goals have come from Ratinho and Landa out wide. However, if you see the fixtures now, we are playing Barcelona Athletic. So let's go into this game. The squad has been pretty much this, generally with Borgin at centre-back. However, Sedinil is going to keep his position for the playoff game. Barcelona play 3 at the back, so hopefully our full-backs can push on a little bit. I'm also going to start Lisandro Lopez up front. Am I? I'm going to start Jacobo Rey up front. We've got Lopez and Pablo on the bench. So the team going into it is Javier in goal, who's definitely the number 1 now. Sedania, Jose David, Artur Ponte and Ferran. Madu, Hesketh and Clefish, which has been a great midfield for us this year. Landa, Ratinho, either side of Jacobo Rey. So if we go into the game, Landa is very sort of semi-injured going into the game. I think he'll probably be subbed off prior to an hour, but he's the best player we've got in that position, so he's absolutely going to start for a playoff game. If we manage to get through this playoff game, we then have 2 Lanzarote games in the middle before the playoff final. So if we manage to get through this game, I'll go and play those off screen, and then we'll come back and have the playoff final. Another thing to note is the rules for this playoffs as we're attacking here. Go on, Ratinho. Yes. Okay, 1-0 up nice and early. Another thing to mention for these playoffs is after extra time, if we are still tied, if we're drawing 90 minutes, we go to extra time. After extra time, if we're still drawing, Barcelona win as they are they finish second, so they are the top playoff seed in the other division to us. There's two divisions in this tier. We're playing Barcelona, and that is in the other division to us. We finished 5th, they finished 2nd, so they will go up as a higher tier. As we've pinched the ball away here, Jacobo Rey, Ferran to Madu, great ball, Hesketh. Wow. Fantastic. Okay. This is a fantastic start. This is a lot better than I expected. Hesketh to Ratinho. Ratinho has been fantastic as a inside forward this year. Him and Landa have been amazing, but I mean you can see it here. Their goals have been magnificent this year. We've really needed them. I don't think Landa will make it to an hour at this point. Especially if we get a third. If we get a third here, he's coming straight off. If not, he'll probably get 10 more minutes. I mean, we're absolutely hammering them. The reason I'm playing this on stream tonight, or on recording tonight, is I'm going away for a week. So the next episode, let's bring Lopez on. The next episode will definitely be in at least a week. And there is a chance I will be able to get to January, come home and record that. There is a chance that I will be recording at the end of the season or somewhere in between even, as Jacobo Ray is injured. However, I would rather rest Pablo. Let's start giving rest out here. There we go. Yeah, news fine. So I will record whatever point I am in the season when I come home. I'm going to Canada, so I'll be traveling to London and flying for about 24 hours in total. So I'm absolutely going to hammer this save. Hopefully, I can be playing in the second division, and we can have that finished by the time we talk next. As we have finished as winners of the semi-final, we are playing. Does it say on the schedule? No, we are playing either Alcorcon or Villarreal B. So I'm going to go away now, and my camera's got really dodgy, so hopefully that's okay. I'm going to go away now, and I will play these two Canary Islands games off recording, and we'll come back at the start of that game, which is against. Does it say yet? It still doesn't say. However, I'll go away and we'll come back for this game. All right, welcome back. We're back. We've played one game against Albania and we won 2-1. But now it's on to the main event, the final. Jacobo Ray got injured in the last game against Barcelona, so he's going to drop out. Pablo's going to come in. And Fabozzi is going to come onto the bench. I'm tempted to keep the rest as is. Probably about halfway through the game, Sedania might move up for Landa. Jose David moves out and Lewis Borg comes in. There's also a chance for Bozzi comes on the left, Salas, Espinola, a lot of choices for the left really. Lopez even, but we'll see what happens when we get to it. So let's go through. Let me just check. Actually, let me make this defensive line standard, and then we'll go into it. I don't remember if I said during the last game, but the reason I'm wanting to play through this now, I am away for a couple of weeks, a week, and I'll be playing this a lot on my Steam Deck. So if we go up, or even if we don't, I suppose, there's a chance that the next time you hear from me will be the end of next season. I will try and keep it to January-ish, but we'll see. Quite cagey first 20 minutes. Ponte, Cleffish, Ratinho. Back to Ponte. Ball out wide's good. No. Okay. This is fine. I don't mind the ball control. Pablo. Wow. Okay. I think it was cut out there. Can I turn on replays? I think that defender cut it out. How can I replay it? Here we go. Replays on. Replay event goals. Okay, we'll just do it. We'll do it manually. So Lander plays the ball through. Yeah, it's cut out, and then Pablo straight on it to curl it in the far post. Let's go back to 2D, and if we see any other highlights, we'll or any other goals, we'll watch the replay of that as well. But if we've gone in with a 1-0 lead. Really good game so far. Let's try and find another gear. Just try and keep them pumped up for it, really. Lander's going to have to come off. I'd like to shore up the centre-back a little bit, so I'll bring Borg on. Madu can come off for Jimmy, and Lander can come off, and for Bots he can come on just in case Pablo gets injured or something, and I can bring Lopez on later. I think Fabozzi eventually got his first goal in a Lanzarote shirt, but I think he scored pardon me, 1 or 2 this year. Absolute most. I did bring him up, or brought him in, planning for him to be a striker, but he's a bit dodgy in front of goal, so for now he is where he is. Let's play for set pieces. Where is time wasting? Frequent time wasting, much lower tempo, much shorter passing. Really try and kill the game. I'll bring Hesketh and Espinola on. Yeah. Okay, I got worried then with dropping the line back that was going to be onside. However, with 2 minutes to go, there is one last attack from the opposition. Good ball over. Ponte gets the ball. Back to Javier. Let's not give it away. Just. Oh, well played, David. Looks like it might have been offside anyway. Really take your time. Perfect. It's like 20 seconds off the clock right there. That's fine. That's fine. 10 seconds to go. Just go to the corner. Okay, we're up. I believe. Yes. Whew. In the end, the playoffs weren't that tight. Let's just check the stats on that game. I think we were the better team. XG says differently, but only very slightly. We had a lot more possession. I am slightly worried going up that our possession-based style might get caught out. Perfect, we've got quite a bit of money for that. If I show you the finances at the minute, amazing. That promotion has secured our finances for years at this point. Incredible. Which means I should that's decent. Wage budget of 41k. What is it currently? Committed spending 31k. Okay, so we've got 10k spare wage budget. Let me just take you through the players whose contract's up at the end of the season. Lisandro Lopez is retiring. Farid Danguire, was decent. Probably not going to keep around. Sedanila, he might stay if I can get him back very, very cheap. If I can get him on this contract for one more year, I might keep him. Killian Allenman's gone. These three guys on loan are gone. And then we're fairly secure from then. We've got a couple of pre-arranged transfers coming in, but nothing major. We've had a look around for players whose contract's expiring. Again, nothing too major that's coming in. I will screenshot any business that I do between now and the start of the season, and depending on where I play to on the flights, we'll come back wherever I am. Hopefully the week after next. Jake Hesketh, he is on quite a lot. He might get a new deal with us going up, just to try and lock him in for more than 1 year. He's been really good this year. 7.04 average rate and 7.06 in the league. Actually, let's check average ratings. Selection info? Yeah, here we go. So last 5 games, these are the guys who have really, really taken us up. Lander has been incredible. Hesketh, Cleffish, Ratinho, Ponte all scoring over 7.3. Jose Javier has been really good in goal. Jose David and Pablo. Who wants Jose David? Girona? Are they still top division? No. Okay. We can fight them off then. Yakuba Ray's been good, even though he's not really been scoring. And then overall for the season, yeah, Hesketh, probably player of the year. Jose David, probably youngster of the year. This kid could be really, really good for us. He'll definitely start in the division above. There's an outside chance that if we make it to La Liga within 3 years, he could still be here. That's the hope, I think, at this point, if we look at the division we're going into. I mean, we're gonna face teams next year who are, Rayo Vallecano, Huesca, and Cadiz, as well as teams like Alaves, who we managed to get past in the cup this year. Mirandes are going down, but we managed to beat them in the cup this year. Osasuna are going up, so I don't think it's out of the realms of possibility for next year for us to finish around this sort of, Tenerife, Las Palmas range, and really be competing as the third Canary Islands team. I think that's there's a realistic chance of possibility there. Even Andorra. So if we could finish 12th, 13th, 14th next year, and then push on the year after to get sort of 9th, 8th, and then the year after that get playoffs or go up, I think that's really realistic for us. I think it's a lot of pressure on this transfer window, I would say, if we look at the squad planner. Javier in goal, nailed on. Jose David, we could maybe bring in a left back. Like Ponte, Borg, and David are the 3 centre halves we've got. All really good. Madu can play centre half as well, but more accomplished at defensive midfield. So Ponte, Borg, David, really happy with that as centre back. Ferran, yeah, still very good at right back. Won't make it to La Liga with us. We'll probably make 2 years in La Liga 2. Molina, Jimmy, Cleffish, Madu, happy with all of those for defensive midfield options. We have Hesketh and, it's usually Hesketh and Cleffish centre mids. Hesketh probably got 2 or 3 years left. He won't make it to La Liga. he might make it to the promotion push season, potentially. Depends how he ages. But we've got Espinola and Salas, who, now that we have a bit of money, I might try and loan out next year. Just to get them some game time. Even if we loan them to the division that we've just been in. If we can get them some game time, there's, their potential's quite high. Their attributes are really good for at the very least third division level, potentially second division level, and also they're both Canarian. So that'll help us out with the Canary Islands. Out left, Lander, potentially. Actually, we've got Youssef Kashi coming in from Bayern 2. I believe that's pre-arranged. I thought I had that as a pre-arranged transfer. It looks like he's leaving on a free. I definitely looked into this guy a lot. So, potentially bring him in. On the right, we have Ratinho, who's not going anywhere. And then, for Botzi, Kashi again, if he comes in. And then up front, I think we have a problem. We have Pablo, Lopez, and Jacobo Rey. Lopez obviously retiring at the end of this year. Tom Cannon going back from loan. So it's Pablo and Jacobo Rey. Jacobo Rey might get the start. There we go. Jacobo Rey might get the start. Especially with attributes like this. So some of his attributes are really good, like tackling 1. If I can get some training into him, he can be really good. If not, he's got £1 million release clause. So at the very least, we can get something decent for him to a championship club. And then Pablo might lead the line next year. But again, I would say that he's slightly worse than Jacobo Rey, but I don't think there's an awful lot between them. So that's the position we're in now. We are now a second division club. We have players still lingering from the fourth division, I think. However, hopefully we can trim down the squad a little bit. Like Christian Molina is still good, but he wants out. He won't really play in the division above. There's no point keeping him around. Even if we get, a grand for him, at least his wages are off the books. And hopefully I can bring in some loans from Barcelona and Real Madrid this year. Because, actually, let's check. Barcelona for sure. Because, if we look here, Barcelona or Athletic are still stuck here. So we'll be playing at a higher level. Villarreal as well. We'll be playing at a higher level than the youngsters will be playing at if they play for the B team. In fact, who was that really good player? Fermin. I wonder if we could loan this guy in for next year. Actually, he's out of contract. Anyway, it's a case of raiding Barcelona's youth system, Real Madrid's youth system, and seeing what we can pick up. Just try and bolster the squad a little bit. However, I will see you all next time for episode 9, I think. I'll play a bit while I'm away. I'll take screenshots of anything big that happens, and we will go through them next time. So I will see you then.